Welcome back to school, second grade. Today we will have lesson 11 in language arts. It's going to be section 3. We will be working with compound sentences with the word and in them. But let's first of all do a review. Okay, so last week we talked about the friendly letter. Let's go over the 5 parts of the friendly letter. So we have the greeting, first of all the heading on the top, and then we have the greeting, the body, the closing, and the signature. So which 3 parts need a comma? The 3 parts that need a comma is the heading and the greeting and the closing. So the heading up here is the date that you write the letter. So you put a comma after the date, after the day, and also after the closing. The word in closing gets a comma, and also in the greeting, that gets a comma right there. Okay, which words get capitalized in the greeting? Each word gets capitalized in the greeting. As you can see up here again, each word gets capitalized in the greeting. And then also in the closing, only the first word in the closing. Only the first word. Okay, let's look over here on the board. We have a sentence to diagram. Tiny red bug flew. So we will diagram it right here. So the nouns name person, place, or thing. So the noun is bug, and nouns always go on the left of the diagram. And then we have the verb is flew, verbs show action, so flew goes over on the right side of the diagram. And then tiny and red come underneath the noun, so we will put them in slanted lines underneath the noun. Okay, like that. Now we have our sentence diagram. And let's now look at our lesson for today. You can follow along in the teaching box. As I read the teaching box, you can follow along. And we will read what we are learning about today. The title says compound sentences with and. Compound sentences with and in the teaching box. It says compound words are 2 words put together to make a new word like blueberry, basketball, and butterfly. A compound sentence is 2 sentences joined together to make 1 sentence. One way to join 2 sentences is to use the word and. Put a comma at the end of the first sentence. Add the word and, finish with the last sentence. So they have an example there for us. Mother made the cookies. Sarah put them into bags. So we want to join those 2 sentences. So what we do is we put mother, and they wrote it out there for us. It says mother made the cookies, and put a comma after the first sentence. Just before the word and, put a comma, and then use the word and, Sarah put them into bags. So mother made the cookies, comma, and Sarah put them into bags. And then you have 2 sentences put together into 1. It's like if you would think of an Oreo cookie, and the word and there is like icing. Each sentence would be an Oreo, like a half of an Oreo cookie, and then and works as the icing. It puts the 2 sentences together into 1, like an Oreo cookie. Okay, let's look over here on the board. We have some sentences here to combine into 1. So the first one here says, Katie read a book. Rebecca did homework. And I want to make those 2 sentences into 1 sentence. So what we do is we just start writing Katie read a book. And then we put a comma in, and we put the word and in to join the 2 sentences. Rebecca did homework. Okay, so then we need our period at the end yet, and then we're all finished. Katie read a book, comma, and Rebecca did homework. Okay, let's look at the next sentence here. Rusty grabbed my coat. I ran to the door. So we would say Rusty grabbed my coat, comma, and I ran to the door. Okay, so it should be pretty easy. We just have to remember to put our comma in and add the word and. Let's look at the new word that you have on the bottom of page 34. You can read it with me. It says compound sentence. Two sentences joined together to make one sentence. So that's what compound sentence means. It means it's two sentences joined together to make one sentence. Okay, let's go into the creative writing now. Today you will be preparing an envelope in creative writing. You're going to get your letter ready to send that you wrote last week, your friendly letter. You will get that ready to send today. So it says you can follow along with me. Turn to creative writing on page 35 and follow along with me as I go over those. I'm going to read those directions in your book there. Part C, follow these directions. Number 4, show your letter to your teacher. So since you're not with me, then you can show it to your mom, and yeah, she can look over it and make sure that it's ready to go. And then number 5, fold your letter neatly and put it in an envelope. Number 6, write your address in the top left corner of the envelope. Number 7, write your friend's address in the middle. Number 8, put a stamp on the top right corner. Number 9, show your envelope to your teacher. Now you are ready to mail it to your friend. So again, for number 9, you can show it to your mom when you're finished with everything, and then we can mail it to your friend then. Okay, so let's discuss on how to write the envelope out. I have a little example here that I'll show you. So up here in the top left corner, you will put your address. And then you will put your friend's address in the middle of the envelope. And then over on the top right corner goes the stamp. So don't forget the stamp, because that's what the mailman will take it if it has a stamp. If it doesn't have any stamp on, well, he'll probably just let it in your mailbox. So don't forget this little stamp up here. And your address in the middle of the paper. No, your friend's address in the middle of the paper, and your address goes up here on the left corner, top left corner. Okay, so that's for the friendly letter. And let's go now into penmanship. Today we have the capital D, and the capital cursive D does not join lowercase letters. So when you write the capital capital cursive D, it does not join into the next letters after it. So when we make the D, we start up here at the headline, and we curve a little down and make the loop there and go down again, curve around like this. Okay, so that's the capital D. Today for your penmanship, you have the words dear and Dan. So let's write December on the board. So there's our D, and the capital D does not join the lowercase, so we just start here with December. Okay, so there's December. And again, if you have forgotten some of the letters, you can look back in the back of your language book on that page where your cursive letters are. You can look back there to help you with that, since you don't have your cursive strips with you anymore on your desk. Okay, so in the spelling words, now spelling, second grade, I sent a text to your moms this morning, but spelling, you can go ahead and do the spelling section that's in your book. And I would really like if you would do your words at home, like every day, write them down on a piece of paper. That would be a really good idea. But since I'm not with you and to do your quiz and test and stuff, and I decided I'm going to make that optional. But it would still be really good if you would write them, the spelling words, every day on a piece of paper. That would be a good idea. Let's review the spelling words for section 3. So the words are pretend, alike, began, become, delay, report, woman, unwise, unhappy, expect, belong, enjoy, became, another, and women. So this section, we have some prefixes, spelling words with prefixes in them. Prefixes are letters added before the root word. So in pretend, the prefix is pre. In alike, the prefix is a. In become, became, and belong, the prefix is be. In delay, the prefix is de. In report, the prefix is re. Unwise and unhappy, the prefix is un. And enjoy, the prefix is en. So yeah, that's what you have this week in your spelling words. And you can go ahead now with your lesson, second grade. Be really careful. Be careful to get your commas in right here in your compound sentences. When you join your compound sentence, be careful to get your comma in before the word and. Okay, I hope you have a good day, and I will talk to you again.